Yeah, why don't we? Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. I will take a motion to go into executive.
So move.
Okay, stand back.
Second.
All in favor?
I think.
It's cold.
Don't get got some shirts on.
You know, I just get some other clothes out. Just.
I was talking about the policeman there who works on shirts. It's cold in here.
Oh, no, not too bad.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, are you wearing a Kevlar vest? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
You want us to sign that thing now so we don't forget?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. You got the copy?
Post executive.
I don't
session.
think mine is the original.
I have
think
a
we have a copy, but
I have it.
Okay.
Never fear.
Oh, okay. But if we sign it, then we
I'll put it here, but you guys are gonna have to make a motion.
Yeah.
Right,
But we
Oh, right.
mentioned.
Yes.
the action meeting.
oh. Sorry.
Struggling.
Oh. Shut off one and forget I have it on the phone. You don't know what.
I left my phone at home today and I thought I was gonna die.
Oh my God, really? Wow.
I'll have to remember it.
I left my iPad home one day last week and that was bad enough. I've never left my phone. I'd go back. Move to call a regular meeting to order.
Second.
All in favor? All right, pursuant to 1 MRSA 4056E. We have consulted with our legal counsel and we have agreed to the potential consent agreement.
Want a motion on that?
So I would move approval of the consent agreement as discussed,
Second.
All in favor?
approval and signature.
Thank you. Public hearing, amendments to the general assistance ordinance appendices A through G.
do this every year in October,
Mhm.
only gone up slightly, not too much. I think they're reasonable, I don't think we need to have a set of specific ones in the town, I think that we work well. For what we're doing.
I didn't have any questions. Anybody have any questions about that? Any further public input on the general assistance ordinance?
Move public hearing be closed.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. Okay, I would take a motion to approve amendments to the general assistance ordinance.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. Minutes. I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of September 19, 2022.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor? Appointments, recognitions, resignations, none presented. Consent agenda, department reports, treasurer's report, second quarter 2022, April through June analysis of cash equivalents, investments, reserves, and trust funds. Thank you letters, Bar Harbor Food Pantry and Families First Community Center. Town of Mount Desert wins Supreme Award, first place in the MMA annual report competition. A Climate to Thrive Climate Ambassadors Program, Hancock County Commissioners meeting minutes of September 7, 2022. MRC extends exclusivity period with Revere Capital investors. Municipal solid waste from MRC members that was being bypassed to Juniper Ridge landfill due to Hampton solid waste facility being closed. The standard monthly bypass notice for October for Municipal Review Committee members, municipal solid waste going to PERC. The standard monthly bypass notice for October for Municipal Review Committee members, municipal solid waste going to PERC. Date change. MRC's fundamental matters notice regarding the proposed partnership with Revere Capital Advisors.
Move approval of consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, does anybody want to pull anything out?
I just wanted to congratulate everyone who took part in preparing the annual report. It's their
Absolutely.
supreme job.
Yeah, I think Supreme's not as good as it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice job, guys. Awesome. I'm not surprised, but you know. I'd like to take a Climate to Thrive Climate Ambassadors Program out of there. Just, I want to throw it out and make sure people understand that this is a program open to anyone that would like to sign up for the training. It doesn't look like a huge time commitment for the training period. And it would be educational for those people that want to participate. I'm not doing a good job of selling this, am I? Well, you know, I'm.
Well, it's open to anybody.
Yeah.
So I wondered, I was kind of wondering if what kind of promotion has taken place.
I think I saw something in the paper about it, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, but I just wanted to get it out to our
Yeah,
media
'cause it did
constituents.
sound like a good
Yeah,
opportunity for someone with that kind of fire, which is good.
yeah. Well, that's all I have to say. So we have a motion and a second. Any more on the consent agenda? All in favor? Okay. Any selectmen's reports?
I think the only thing I have is, I don't know where we are with the time frame of the garden club and but trying to figure out the bench and the
Right.
memorial.
Maybe I'll get a hold of, Elliot, yeah.
And if,
See what's up.
there are probably many of them have,
Well,
You know, actually,
They're gonna meet with the harbor
That's
committee
right.
at it's next week.
is it
isn't
next
That's
week?
right, that's right,
Yeah.
they're meeting with the harbor committee, so they should have.
Yeah, the October meeting.
Okay, and those are open to the public, yeah?
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna try and go.
Okay.
Yeah, at least Zoom.
Thank you.
And you can do Zoom or in person.
Yeah.
whatever you choose.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any more reports? All right, unfinished business, FY 23 Police Department cruiser purchase, revised.
My apologies on this, that Captain Clint was here a few months ago, to get the purchase approved and we closed trade like we usually do, and that's entirely my fault, because I forgot John said he was interested in purchasing the car when the time came, and reminded me of that a couple of weeks ago, and we were able to correct it. So he'll essentially give us the trade value from the harbor.
Good.
Do we need a motion?
Do we need a motion for that?
Move approval of the revised purchase plan presented.
Seconded.
All in favor? Great,
Thank you.
awesome.
Like
New
neighbors
business.
helping neighbors.
Acadia National Park Advisory Commission member Kendall Davis report on ANP Advisory Commission meeting, September 12, 2022.
I suspect Kendall may have looked at the agenda and figured it was 6:30, so we probably should.
Okay.
Table
Well,
that.
let's skip
Back
that.
around. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take item B. Consideration of authorizing Public Works Director Tony Smith to request a written proposal from GF Johnston and Associates that will include a scope of services and associated costs necessary to prepare a preliminary feasibility study relating to acceptable siting and construction of a vehicle turnaround at the Otter Creek Landing.
We met with the park officials,
Right.
it was last week over at the landing. And so it was a fairly long process to go through, but one of the things that really, before we go any further, is to try to get an idea of exactly what the costs might be to do something like that, and then you would have to look into the other things, the permitting and any type of land acquisition from the park,
Mhm.
that sort of thing. We did mention to Acadia Park that it might make sense for them if they were interested is to construct a turnaround completely on their dime down there, but they're not so interested. They're trying to get rid of facilities rather than build new ones. So they politely declined the offer. So
How much is it gonna cost?
that's what we have to find out.
I mean, not just that, but how much is it gonna cost to hire somebody to tell us how much it's gonna cost?
Greg Johnson, Tony, did you ever get a price from Greg?
No, that's what we're getting authorization for tonight, to present to the board on the 17th.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
that's
great.
right. I'm sorry.
Good.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah, I would move authorization.
Second,
all in favor? Good. Overnight dispatch update.
Again, there's a memo in the packet, I guess.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyone watching that may not know that, it's got all the information in it, but it's actually gone pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds like,
And we've been able to get some other work done that we normally couldn't get done.
Yeah.
Because of the shifting of staffing and the second option in the memo, you'll see we probably have an opportunity to continue with that and make things a little bit better all the way around.
yeah, making room for a supervisor makes sense. So,
Yes, needed.
good.
so are you talking about doing it all the time or just the overnight still?
This is overnight.
Just the
Yeah.
overnight
In
still?
fact, while I'm here, if you could reassure our three dispatchers that they're in good standing and will have jobs for a long time to come, I would appreciate it.
I don't think we're looking for that.
There was some fear created when we weren't able to staff the overnight, that we were gonna close the whole thing.
Okay,
okay.
I've assured them over and over that that's simply not the case,
Mhm.
and I just would like to be able to go back to their backing on that.
I don't think I would
think
We-
so,
we-
yeah.
support that at all, so.
No, I don't think the town people would appreciate us doing that.
No,
And I'm glad that it's gone well, and I mean, there hasn't been a lot of word on the street or complaints, or it
Yeah.
seems to have
Yeah, there's
been,
a time of day, it's.
yeah,
it's work.
yeah,
I
so,
I gotta say, I like the out of the box thinking.
Thank you.
Nice.
well, and the memo is just, it's all positive,
yeah,
so,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I always do that. Never gets to-
Yeah, why don't we do that? I'd entertain a motion to authorize Jim and David to continue what they've been doing.
Sure.
This way. All great, all, second,
Seconded,
all in favor?
Thank you all.
thank you.
Okay. Endorse the application of town manager Bill and Love to join the Maine Town City and County Management Association Ambassador Program.
See all that information. I thought this.
ambassadors are all the rage.
It's it. I'm not really wanting to be a private ambassador. but I have some of this.
It's made out of sense.
Move endorsement.
Yeah.
Seconded.
Good, all in favor?
There'll be a place to sign.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's a party.
Mr. Ambassador.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Party endorsement.
Will it be one of those fuzzy hats?
With a fez.
Yeah, and a staff.
There we go, like a fez. Authorize the Office of the Treasurer to negotiate and enter into settlement agreements for collection of accounts receivable generated by the town's emergency medical services EMS.
Certainly, move authorization.
Yeah, I didn't see any reason not to. Seconded.
Good. Any further discussion? All in favor? Consideration of awarding the FY 2023 winter and sand contract to Harold McQuinn at a cost of.
Skipped up.
Skipped that.
Oh, I did.
It looks the same as the.
Authorize the Office of the Treasurer or their designator write off emergency medical service accounts receivable equal to insurance adjustments in accordance with the best practices and the industry standards.
Move authorization.
Second.
All in favor? Yeah. Consideration of awarding the FY 2023 winter and sand contract to Harold McQuinn, Inc. at a cost of $13.75 per cubic yard for up to 2,800 cubic yards of winter sand.
And look at that price trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, I would defer to Tony if this is the way to go with the best bid you can get, and then what we need to do, then I say award that contract.
I agree.
Yeah.
Jeff,
All in favor?
if that was a question, Jeff, I thought it was a question. That's why I spoke up.
No, I would just defer to you. I would.
Yep, yep.
Assume you would do the best you could to get the best price and the best service, and that must be it.
Consideration of nominating Public Works Director Tony Smith for a third three-year term, including 2023, 2024, and 2025 on the Municipal Review Committee's Board of Directors. Period.
Move nomination.
Second,
Oh,
Can we have just a discussion?
yeah.
Sure.
Not that I have any issue with Tony serving on the board as during the time that he was our Public Works Director, but he will no longer be such. So I just wonder how, if that changes anything for how we consider who should be on that board representing our town.
I would say it will give whoever comes in as the new Director of Public Works a 3-year window to catch his or her breath, figure out what the MRC is all about before being required or being requested to take a seat on that board. So I think it's a nice segue for the new coming in and the wicked old going out.
But the deal isn't that each town gets a representative.
No,
It's that
right.
we nominate
I
someone
understand
and there are 10 people running.
And it
Right.
said, it doesn't have to be, it says individual, it must be an elected or appointed official, an employee or legal resident of the member community. So it's not as though there's any
Right.
prohibition of it.
Right.
I just wondered if that changed anything. I mean, for anybody else.
Yeah. Tony, do you have something to say?
From my perspective, it won't, excuse me, it won't change anything. The way I report to you folks, and we conduct business on the MRC.
when I like Rick's thinking, I think right now knowledge is a lot and very important, and keeping
Sure.
that knowledge base that Tony has is.
Well, and like, I'm sure you'd want to, I mean, the saga that's been, I'm sure it would be painful to have to step away just as it seems to be reaching some sort of a culmination.
Especially if Tony's willing.
So, yeah, okay, I
No,
just
good question.
saw that and I thought I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up.
Tony, and I think the world of you, but my only hesitation is that I'd like to see a skeptic on that board. I
What?
know that, it seems like everyone's, I'm a bit of a skeptic about this project, and it feels like everyone's so gung ho, but it's just been such a rocky road, and so I have a hesitation there. Because I know you're, a proponent of this, and I feel like it would be good to have somebody on that board saying, wait a minute, what's the deal here? So that's my hesitation, Tony.
Yep. We, if this facility does not get started, the solid waste future is bleak in the greater Bangor area,
I know it.
very bleak. DEPs, they would like to see this go forward. It's high up on the DEP hierarchy of the way management should be managed and handled. The company that we hope to partner with are gung ho, one of the few, probably the only one that was willing to open the plant under the terms for which it was designed.
Yeah.
And
that-
we, like you folks, possibly in your executive sessions, we have good discussions in the executive session. But without this facility, we're going to be in a world of hurt. You'll be looking at landfilling waste for the immediate future. This was over 2 years to the run up to get the original owners up and running. For lack of money and poor management, it failed. And we've dealt, excuse me, with all due respect, Martha, as a neighbor, I like you up the road. We've had skeptics and we've been dealing with skeptics. And this has been a long road to get to this point.
Yeah, well, okay. I share the same concerns that both Jeff and Martha have mentioned, and, but.
This is not the time, in my opinion, to put people on the board that are gonna try to throw a monkey wrench into things.
No.
Well, I would agree with that.
I would agree with
I
that,
mean,
too.
that's I guess at this point, sort of in for a dime, in for a dollar.
Yes.
You know, I have not really been more convinced that to feel better about it, but I think that we need to, at this point, we need to see it through. And I do think that, you know, it'd be silly to put somebody in that was just trying to get up to speed. Not that we have that option to just put somebody in anyway. So. Anyway,
All right,
it was
So,
moved and seconded.
moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed?
Thank you, folks. I greatly appreciate it.
Request early closure of administrative offices at 3:30 on October 19th for Public Works Director Tony Smith retirement party community event.
It's right there.
Yeah, I can hear you. I forgot to mute.
I think he also has a copy.
That's why we shouldn't make it a.
I know, I'm just kidding.
I would request approval of that, or approve the request,
Second.
whatever I'm doing, making it. Thank you, Becky.
Any further comments? All in favor?
And there'd be a notice on the door or something more than at 3:30.
No, they're just coming. with the
Yeah,
line.
you'll be surprised. That'd be fun.
Somebody's gotta be.
All right, fine. I just won't ask anyone.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
if I could, I'd like just to speak to Martha. Martha, thank you for not voting with the others on the nomination. I was a selectman for a few years, and I'm always somewhat skeptical when a lot of the votes on some of the issues are unanimous. Thank you. I understand.
Thanks.
Kendall's on now.
Okay, other business.
And back to A.
Kendall, back to A.
Back to
Acadia
A.
National Park Advisory Commission member Kendall Davis.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I wanted to touch base. September 12th, we had our meeting of the Acadia National Park Advisory Commission. And park visitation is getting back to normal. This past month, there was a dip in it, but prior to that, it was getting back to pre-COVID levels. There are major construction projects going on throughout the park this winter. One is the Duck Brook Bridge. They're doing the internal structure on that. If you've been through there, you've noticed the traffic lights and stopping one direction, letting the other go through, long waits. And also the paving of the Ocean Drive Road. They're going to be doing sections of that as the fall progresses onward. But there's one in particular, one subject that I want to touch upon this evening, and I don't know if Derlin provided some information on it. It's in regards to the Hemlock woolly Adelgid. And it's a infestation that's occurring over in Seal Harbor. And I wanted to bring you folks up to speed on it. It's infesting hemlock in that area over at the Jordan Stream. And it's in the park, but it's also carrying over into private lands. And this is important because it's 40 acres, as I understand, that's infested. And part of it's in Acadia National Park, and the other is the Land and Garden Preserve. I believe that's Rockefeller land, but it's very easily that it can carry even further. The Shenandoah Valley had a breakout of the same hemlock woolly Adelgid years ago in complete devastation. What's going to happen in the next couple of years is there's going to be an approach to bring it under control with chemical and biological controls, integrated pest management approach that they've had success with on other federal lands in the Northeast. That means they're going to use biological control agents, predator beetles that feed on the winter and summer generations of the hemlock woolly Adelgid. But they're also going to bring in, after a couple years, they're going to bring in insecticides and start working with those and see if they can control it. As I understand, they'll never completely eradicate it, but they can bring it under control so that it doesn't devastate the area's hemlocks. So I just wanted to bring that up to you folks so you're aware of it and what's going on within the park as far as the hemlock woolly Adelgid is going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions for,
Can you refresh on the predatory beetles? Those have been brought in other places and have not backfired horribly?
As I understand, they have and they have not. They also, and it's my understanding, and I can check on this, that they go after aphids as well. So they're beneficial to the environment, and it doesn't seem like they would take out more of the helpful insects.
Okay. I just am always concerned with efforts to do things like that because they generally don't work.
Yes, and
or at least
that was my concern, and I asked them how much or to what extent they can eradicate this infestation, this insect, and they said that it will never be completely eradicated. My concern was the insecticides.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
I hear.
Yeah. I know when I was with the cooperative extension, that was the way that they used to attack, and we call it integrated pest management. So it has a long history of
Yeah.
use, because it's 40 years ago, that was there. So
In the 60s, they called it Agent Orange.
No, that's
that's what it's about.
that's a different thing.
Let's Napoleon.
That's right.
No, but I mean, you know,
So
I know-
biological controls, yes, they can backfire, but nowadays, with the specialist involved and the scientist involved, there's better chances at controlling this infestation.
Kendall, I have a question for you that you may or may not know the answer to, but so what is the nature of the hemlock stand? Are these stands of hemlock, or are they solitary trees interspersed with other hardwoods and so forth, or are there a lot of them? What percentage of trees are we looking at here?
Well, they were talking 40 acres, and I'm thinking a Great Meadow over towards Bar Harbor. There are hemlock stands in our area, but I believe they're interdispersed with other species of trees. I've never seen a solitary, as far as complete a hemlock stand per se. So to answer I hope that answers your question, that I would believe that it was interdispersed over in Jordan Stream area as well.
So we don't really know. Though.
No, we don't know.
So they
You
only
don't
go-
know?
Of all the
They
trees,
only go after hemlocks?
Excuse me, Martha?
They only go after hemlocks?
As I understand, they prefer hemlock. And Shenandoah Valley had a devastating circumstance with them, and they did wipe out hemlock stands in that area.
Okay. Well, thanks for the cheery news.
Well, I had to bring something to you, John. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good evening.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Kendall.
Thank you, Kendall.
All right, do I have any other business? Okay, now the treasurer's warrants. Town invoices AP 2322 in the amount of $558,729.15.
Move approval and signature.
Second,
All in favor? Down, state fees and payroll benefits AP 2320, AP 2321. And town payroll PR 2307 in the amount of $237,938.28.
move signature,
second,
All in favor?
One
One
extension.
abstention. School payroll acknowledgement PR number 7 in the amount of $176,607.95.
Move acknowledgement.
Second.
All in favor? Move to adjourn,
So move.
Second.
all in favor? Thank you.
Well,